follow us on foodmadeinitaly.eu.
Buongiorno.
Hello everyone, welcome back on your favorite food channel about Italian cuisine. We're Claudia and Marilu from the Italian cuisine cooking school Allegri Fornelli. Today we are going to prepare with you pumpkin lasagna with ricotta. This recipe calls for easy to find ingredients, which are whole milk, butter, 1 onion, cow's milk ricotta, mansion pumpkin, parmesan, a bit of flour to prepare bechamel sauce, and salt.
Well, now, cleaning the pumpkin is the longest step of this recipe. Let's get started, and while I clean the pumpkin,
What shall I do?
the bechamel.
Bechamel.
Not too much, please. Let's say something about bechamel. Bechamel is a French basic sauce. In the meantime, I start cutting the pumpkin.
And I'll weigh the ingredients for the bechamel this way.
Alright.
It's quicker.
You can serve the bechamel as is or use it as a base for other sauces. In Italy, it's used to prepare pasta bakes, such as lasagne. Bechamel ingredients are milk, butter and flour. The proportion of the ingredients determines the consistency.
The thickness.
When cooking lasagna or other pasta bakes, I suggest you leave your bechamel sauce rather thin. That's because in the oven, pasta will cook with the liquids from the ingredients you are using. So the thinner, the softer.
Even if we are using fresh homemade pasta, which stays soft anyway,
You could use industrial lasagne, in which case leave the bechamel even thinner, because lasagne will need more liquids. The difference between thick and thin bechamel depends on the proportion between flour and milk. The less flour you put, the thinner bechamel will be.
Farina e in proporzione direi
Quanto
latte mettete dentro, quindi meno farina aggiungete, più rimarrà liquida.
Allora,
let's get started.
con
In a small saucepan I'm going to put butter and a
un pizzico
pinch of salt.
di sale, dopodiché
I let the butter
accendo
melt
e
completely.
attendo che il burro si liquifi completamente. A questo punto,
As soon as the
una
butter
volta che il
melts,
burro sarà
I'll
poi
stir in
sciolto,
flour and milk.
aggiungeremo la farina e il latte che ho pesato.
Marilu prepares bechamel in another way. She boils the milk first. We tried both ways, well,
Ci siamo confrontati,
the result
abbiamo
is the
capito che
same.
la bechamel riesce lo stesso, sia in una maniera
The only
che in un'altra.
difference is in
La
time.
differenza
If you
è
prepare the
solo
bechamel
due.
as I'm doing now, you will have to
La
keep
prima
on
è
stirring
il tempo.
for longer,
Sicuramente io
until the
durerò
mixture
qui
thickens
di
and become
temporino
glossy.
fino a
If
che
you
non
do
si
it in Marilu's
solidifica,
way,
mentre nella
it
maniera
will
di Marilu
take
questo
less
tempo si
time
riduce
because the
perché
milk is
il
already
liquido
hot.
caldo.
Meanwhile, I'm cleaning the pumpkin. We need to peel it, so let's take the outer skin off, until only a bit of green is left around, and remove the seeds.
Rimane leggermente verde ma non troppo.
At
e
this
togliere
point,
i semi.
we are
Ora, in
always
questo caso
amused
qua,
by
noi
thinking that
usiamo
pumpkin
sempre
is the veg
praticamente
equivalent of a pig. That's to
l'equivalente
say that you
vegetale
don't
del
throw
maiale,
any
cioè
part
di
of the
solito non
pumpkin
si
away.
butta niente.
I'm
Io
going
poi
to stir in the flour,
Intanto
in the
nel
melted
burro
butter.
che si è
Okay.
ecco, ma in questo
At this stage,
passaggio
make
badate
sure you
che
stir
la
well so
cremina
that
che si
no
trova
lumps
all'interno
form in
sia
the
priva
roux.
di grumi.
Now
Adesso
I'm
aggiungo
going
il
to pour in the
latte
milk
e
and
poi
stir until
mescolerò
the
fino a
bechamel
che la bechamel
thickens.
non si solidifichi.
Here we are.
I keep on cleaning the pumpkin, which I will eventually cut roughly.
grossolana, nel senso che
We
non
don't
ci serve
necessarily
che
need
abbia
small
troppo
pieces, but
piccoli.
they should be more or less the same
Basta che
size.
siano
for we want to cook them together. Okay, the pumpkin is ready to cut.
E poi la metteremo a stufare. Allora, abbiamo sbucciato la nostra zucca e adesso
Now,
la taglieremo
we'll cut it up
in
roughly.
tocchetti. Velocemente. Quindi il grosso
Most of
del
the job
lavoro
is
è
done.
fatto.
Claudia, meanwhile,
Nel
would you
frattempo,
peel?
Peel the onion?
Yes, please. Are you crying? Every time we chop onions, we
Chopping
feel
onions
emotional.
is really moving.
Allora, adesso
Okay,
mettiamo
now
un
we
pochino
put
di
a
olio
drizzle of
nella
extra
pentola,
virgin
mettiamo
olive oil
sotto
in the
la
frying
nostra
pan
cipolla,
for
mettiamo
braising the
un po'
onions
e poi
until golden
metteremo
brown.
dentro la nostra
Then
zucca con un po' d'acqua.
we'll add
di
the
stufare,
pumpkin
cioè
and a
deve
bit
un
of
po'
water to
sfarsi.
cook
Vedrete poi, passando
until the
il
flesh is tender
pesto
when
qua,
pierced with a
una
knife.
forchetta che quando si rompe il pezzo la zucca è pronta.
Okay, the onion is braising. As soon as it gets golden brown, we'll put the pumpkin into the frying pan.
La zucca nella padella.
The lid.
Okay, Claudia, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to add the pumpkin.
Allora,
Here
eccoci
we
qua,
are,
la nostra
our
zucca
pumpkin is ready.
è
Some of
pronta.
its liquid is still in the
Vedete, rimasta ancora
saucepan
del
and its
liquido,
pulp
si è
is very
sfatta.
tender.
Non
It
abbiamo
doesn't even
bisogno
need
di
to be
frullarla
pureed.
particolarmente.
We'll
La
transfer the
mettiamo
pumpkin in a bowl.
in un
Would you pass
contenitore
me
di
that
plastica,
one,
così,
please,
Claudia.
Claudia?
Yes.
Cioè io qua con questo.
Okay,
Abbiamo
here we
la
have the
nostra
bechamel we
bechamel,
already
abbiamo lasciato,
prepared.
come avevo
We
detto,
left it a bit
abbastanza
liquid,
liquida,
if you remember.
come il
And
tutto.
here is the
Adesso dobbiamo
pumpkin
mischiare
in which
insieme
we stir ricotta.
alla,
Mix
alla
pumpkin and ricotta
Mettiamo
together
tutto
with a
insieme
whisk,
senza
if you
problemi, anche
prefer.
con una frusta. E aggiungiamo la ricotta. Alla nostra zucca.
Why don't I use a blender? Well, when I eat pumpkin
pumpkin
lasagne, I like to taste and feel in my mouth little bits of pumpkin flesh.
del frullato.
Shall we grease the oven dish or shall I leave it as it is?
We'll cover the oven dish bottom with some bechamel. When cooking pasta bakes, we normally want to lay pasta at first.
In generale, non
What
per
I
questa
suggest
lasagna, ma in
doing is
generale,
always
è
to
meglio
spread
sempre
some
mettere
bechamel
un velo di
sauce on the
bechamel
bottom
in
of
fondo.
our baking dish. Okay, now
Qui abbiamo
the mixture of
mischiato
ricotta and
bene
pumpkin is ready.
e amalgamato bene la nostra bechamel.
Ok. Ti manca qua un po'.
Shall I lay lasagna sheets first?
Yes, please. After adding the last layer of pasta, we'll spread what's left of the mixture evenly over the top and the bechamel sauce. And at the end, we'll sprinkle with parmesan to make a nice golden crispy top. Here we are.
Shall I go on?
Vai.
Yes, please. Now, I'm going to mix together what's left from the bechamel sauce and the pumpkin, not to waste anything. I spoon it on the top.
Quello che resta del nostro impasto. Bene,
Well,
a questo punto
our
la
lasagna
nostra
is ready.
lasagna è pronta. Va
Bake it
infornata
for
per
around
circa
40
40
minutes
minuti
at
a
180 degrees
In preheated
in
oven.
preheated oven.
Here we are. Marilu, it looks delicious.
Here it is, our pumpkin lasagna is ready. Okay, Claudia, our lasagna is ready. Once you remove the lasagna from the oven, let it cool down 15 minutes before serving. Lasagne always needs resting for a few minutes after baking. It is nicer this way. Once cooled down, it's easier to serve and to eat. And now we can slice it. The top is nice and crispy. It's perfect. Thanks to the parmesan we sprinkled on the top. Here we are.
Wait, I'll pass you some plates.
Okay, here we are. This is our delightful lasagne. It has rested for a few minutes, but it's still very hot. Don't you worry, you'll see. You will manage to slice it without problems. Here's our main ingredient, as it was, and that's what it became. Well, a glass of nice wine. Let's toast the pumpkin and us and
Cheers!
Buon appetito!
Mmm!
Oh, that's lovely. It's soft and really tasty. It's really delicious. See you next time. Ciao!
Follow us on foodmadeinitaly.eu.